Hi guys, this is Aslam Khatri from the Growth Cap, and today we are discussing what does it mean to have the success and what does it mean to have the satisfaction of the success. Now, if you think about it, we all make goals. We have the goals either of getting a promotion, a bank account, or a business. And we make goals. We think about it. We know where the destination is. We know what we want the destination to be. And you can smell that destination. You can feel that once I get to that destination, I am going to feel so great. Things are going to be so wonderful, and I will continue to live a great life. But most of the time what happens is once we get to that destination, we feel maybe that particular feeling for a week, for 3 days, for one afternoon, but then we are off chasing another goal. And you ask yourself a question, is there something wrong with me? Am I doing something wrong, or is it just how it is? Well, I'm telling you, you are not doing anything wrong. This is what we are as human beings. I know for myself, when I was in my businesses and I had these dreams of as to how, where, and at what time I am going to be finishing. I will get to my destination. I will do such wonderful things it would be. And yes, the feeling was there once I got there. Yes, there was the gratitude I could never forget about. The pride I will never forget about. Those things were there. The gratitude and the pride was there. But then next day, next week, next month, you start looking for another adventure. You start looking for a different destination, and you ask yourself a question: why? What happened? Why did you not have that euphoria that you were thinking you were going to have? In the past, so many different thinkers had come up with different answers. The Stoics, they called it the hedonic treadmill or the hedonic adoption, which meant that once we have got to where we got to, we now adapt to something else. We want something else because this no longer satisfies us. The monks called it attachment, meaning attachment to something that we continue to live with, and therefore our lives are different because we cannot live a detached life. Now, the mystics called it a hunger that never goes away. But think about it for a second. Even if we talk about this as a hunger or as a treadmill, the question is that now think about this for a second, if we decide to be satisfied at one point, then there'll never be a progress. This is the whole idea. We are in that situation. We are the people who are always looking. We're looking for that progress, which means that which means basically that our goalposts will continue to move towards the better place. Now, the way I think about it, and the way I would like to explain it to you, is that there is nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with having the higher goalpost and changing the goalpost. And if we can only understand, and if we can only say to ourselves that I am not just following the destination. See how important that gets, because I know in my businesses, even though I got to the top, even though I got to where I wanted to, which did not give me the satisfaction, but you know what gave me the most satisfaction? The most satisfaction that I got is the clients that I worked with, is the clients that I talked, is the people who couldn't pay me that I worked with. And I did things that I needed to do for them. It is the satisfaction of doing a deal which was well done, where both parties were satisfied and the both parties felt win-win. So it is never a destination. It is, sometimes we say, what's wrong with you? I'm going to say, there are people, and we all know, who said that once I have $5,000 in my bank account, I will be a happy person. Once they get to that 5,000, they say, I want $10,000 in my bank account. And that is the reality of the life. That's the reality in business. That's the reality in promotion. That is the reality in business, because that is what we want to do. We want to grow. We want to continue to grow. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing to be to say that I have failed because once I get here, now I cannot do anything else. Or once I get here, gee, that is not the same satisfaction that I was looking for. So there is such a huge difference in how we think sometimes. We just think that we can get to a destination and that will be the end. But the point I'm trying to make is that you need to enjoy the journey. And that becomes very important. And also the second question that you ask yourself is, what am I trying to achieve? But more than what I'm trying to achieve, who am I going to become by achieving this? You see, many times we just get confused between the destination, between the achievement, and between our own personal inside goals as to where we want to get to. So this is my message today for you. When we are looking for success, success is something that is, do not look at it as a destination. Look at it as a journey. Look at it as a constant work. You are something that you are somebody who is in progression. You are progressing. Every day you're progressing, every day you're learning, every day you're doing better, and every day you will continue to do. So when you see your goals, when you look at your goals, when you know that you have achieved a certain goal, don't think of that as the destination. Think of that as just the one point from where you are going to go up. So you need to have a feeling which says that, what am I accomplishing? Where am I going? And what am I trying to do? So it's very important to understand that from the point of view of the success itself, because it's a hunger. A great meal does not stop the next hunger. And that's where the point is. So I hope you understood what I am trying to bring to you. I hope, please give it to somebody, please show it to somebody who you think needs it. And please subscribe to my channel. Till next time, this is Aslam Khatri wishing you goodbye. Thank you.